Hello, dear students. We have started our chapter carbon and its compounds, and yesterday we did about the nomenclature. Last topic we completed. Okay, on nomenclature you have to do a lot of practice. 1 marks, 2 marks question definitely comes on the nomenclature. So if you do the practice, you will become clear. Okay, and we will also do the practice after regaining the school. Now our next topic regarding the carbon and its compounds, about the physical and chemical properties of organic compounds. Carbon, we have already studied the physical chemical properties, that like two allotropes particularly it exists in the physical form. But if you talk about the physical properties of the organic compounds, so their state if you will talk, so first 4 members of each homologous series, first 4 members are gaseous usually. Okay. Next up to 13 members, mean to say 13 more, mean to say up to carbon 17, they exist in liquids, and above that more than 18 carbon if they are particularly solids. Okay, so this is the physical state property particularly. However, they will not show some different acidic type properties. Okay, so now the most important is the chemical properties of this one. Chemical properties of organic compounds. If we have studied in physical state, another thing you can discuss is solubility. So solubility is decreasing with increasing mass or carbon number if we are increasing, obviously. Now important thing is the chemical properties of the organic compounds. So let's discuss the first one, that is comes out combustion. So either you run carbon, either you run hydrocarbons, or you can talk about any organic compounds. Okay, they all gives you CO2 in case of carbon only. If you are talking about hydrocarbons, they will give you this one. But with all, they are giving heat, or you can say energy. I mean all processes are exothermic combustion. So that's why mostly organic compounds are used as fuels. Okay, but there is some questions here, that sometimes on burning blue flame comes, and sometimes yellow. So what is the reason for that? Okay, so this is an important topic I have discussed in the NCERT. That's why on burning blue flame, yellow flame, different cases, different flames arises. What's the reason? So you will say that if you take saturated hydrocarbons, they burn completely. So that's why flame becomes blue. Complete combustion, or you can say complete combustion, is the reason that flame is coming blue. Okay, if you go for unsaturated, they always burn with yellow flame. Why? Carbon content is more, mean to say incomplete combustion. Or you can simply say that complete combustion gives blue flame, incomplete combustion always give yellow flame. If you do burn the saturated hydrocarbon with insufficient oxygen, in that case also flame will comes yellow. So saturated carbons also give yellow flame if insufficient oxygen supply. Okay, so as a total you can say complete combustion gives you blue flame always, and incomplete combustion gives you always yellow flame. So this is the answer to the topic discussed. Next important question they discuss, topic they're discussing over there is that some substances burn with flame. In this case the question is about a color of the flame. In this case with flame or without flame, because some few things also burn without flame as well. Okay, like burning of a cow dung cake without flame, and flame like in a candle burning you get a flame. So why? So if your matter, you know, always you are burning matter. Okay, matter is in solid or liquid state, burning always gives you, always burn without flame. But before burning matter convert into gaseous, matter convert into gas, and then gas burns. Mean to say matter first goes to gaseous condition, and that actual burning take place, that will always burn with flame. So at that time flame will produce particularly. So overall from here the first property, that is combustion, you must know that yes, you will say that hydrocarbons, all organic compounds burn with giving carbon dioxide and water vapors and with evolution of a large amount of heat. That's why they are giving a lot of energy or as used as a fuel. But these two are the supplementary question on the basis of the combustion topic. That's why substances burn with flame, without flame, and why in burning of different substances flame color is different. Okay, now next thing we need to discuss, that thing also we have to discuss in the same topic, that is a combustion, that we have to discuss about the coal and petroleum. Coal and petroleum we have to discuss, that how they get formed. First of all, this coal and petroleum both are organic compounds formation. Okay, now we have to discuss how they are formed. For thousands of years, plants buried under land converted into coal mines, or coal, particularly coal fuel. Both are organic compounds, you know. But if you talk about the coal, thousands of years plants buried under lands particularly converted into coal. But if you talk about the petroleum, so these are the same case, that thousands of years, if plants under the sea, which occur at the bottom of the seas, plants under the seas, or you can say in sea's bottom or sea surfaces, when buried for thousands of years, converted into petroleum. So this is the basic difference between the why, how the coal and petroleum different. Both are the fuel sources, but how coal form and petroleum. So if you talk about the coals, so plants as well as animals, you can say, plants and animals, when buried under the land portion, mean to say those plants and animals which lives under all the lands, when they get buried, they get converted into coal. And those particularly aquatic animals and the plants at the surface of the seas, when get buried under the land, they get converted into petroleum. So that's the formation particularly of the coal and petroleum. Okay. Now, so So far we have completed our only one chemical property, that is combustion. These three questions, that formation of coal petroleum, color of flame, and burning flame with flame and without flame, these are the supplementary questions. Okay. So now the second chemical property which the organic compounds or hydrocarbons show is the addition reaction. Addition reaction. It is usually by unsaturated. So if you take unsaturated hydrocarbons, and you will add hydrogen to it. A catalyst also needed at that time. Catalyst can favor the reaction like nickel platinum. So they get converted into saturated. So this is a addition reaction, saturated hydrocarbons. Like for example, if you take ethene, this is ethene, double bonded carbon, and you will pass hydrogen in presence of nickel platinum, it will get converted into your ethane, mean to say carbon, one or more hydrogen get bonded. You can understand the structure on this basis. We will add hydrogen. So this double bond get converted into single bonds, and one more hydrogen at each carbon get combined. So this is called addition reaction particularly. Okay. So next is your third one is oxidation. That organic compounds show oxidation reaction as well. Like how? That if you take a hydrocarbons like a organic compounds, like let's take a methanol. This is methanol, simplest, the first member of the alcohol series. If you take a alkaline, some oxidizing agent, we need oxidizing agent here. Oxidizing reagent, what you need? Alkaline KMnO4 you can take, or acidified potassium dichromate is also good oxidizing. They both serve as a good oxidizing. And in spite of, you have to heat. So they get finally gives you let's take ethanol in this case, so that it will give you ethanoic acid. Okay. Otherwise with methanol it will give you methanoic acids. Okay. Methanol will get converted into methanoic, but ethanol get converted into ethanoic. So all the hydrocarbons show oxidation properties as well. Okay. They get converted into different further oxidized hydrocarbons or organic compounds. So three particular reactions we discussed about the today: oxidation, addition of hydrogen, and then first one is your combustion. And three supplementary questions. What are the three supplementary questions? I am again repeating you. Complete combustion or incomplete combustion will tell you about the color of the flame. Okay. The second thing, that if a solid or liquid matter is burning, then it will gives you flame. But if the matter converts first into gaseous condition and then it will burn, that will gives you flame particularly. Okay. Third question about the formation of coal and petroleum. So the animals and plants which are buried for thousands of years of the lands particularly, they will get converted into coal. And if aquatic animals and the plants under the sea, or you can say plants at the sea surfaces, when they get buried under the land for thousands of years, they get converted into petroleum. So these are the three supplementary questions. You must know about them. So now today your homework is up to read up to the oxidation topic, oxidation reaction topic. Okay. Second thing, you will sort out 10 short type cues and answer as well in your rough, not good. So this is your homework, DS. Thank you.